This conference will now be recorded.
Let's wait for a minute. So total how many classes over for us? Total how many classes over? When did we started our session? ఎప్పుడు స్టార్ట్ అయిందండి మనది కోర్సు? ఎనీ ఐడియా?
March, sir. 5th March, sir.
మార్చ్, ఏప్రిల్, మే 5th.
April 5th, sir. Sorry, sir.
ఏప్రిల్ 5th, మార్చ్ 5th?
April 5th, sir.
ఏప్రిల్, ఓకే. ఏప్రిల్, మే, జూన్. ఓకే.
సార్ మధ్యలో ఒక 1 వీక్ స్టార్టింగ్ లో జరగలేదు సార్, క్లాసులు జరగలేదు. వేరే బ్యాచ్ తో మెర్జ్ చేస్తా ఉన్నారు కదా సార్.
అదే 2 months అయిందా? ఓకే ఓకే. Okay, so let us start. So yesterday we were discussing regarding the price determination process. So as a part of price determination process, we were able to discuss what is a access sequence, what is a condition types, what is defined limits, what is exclusion indicators. Now we are in the defined calculation schema. What is a schema? Schema is nothing but a formula. The formula which you have defined over here in the Excel sheet, the same thing we need to define over there in the SAP system as well. So how you are going to define this thing? Like you have in the gross price, you have 2 condition types. One is a automatic and the second one is the manual. So you need to include both the condition types as a part of gross price, so that whenever there is a manual usage, the system will propose manual condition type. Whenever there is a automatic required, it will propose automatic. It will also propose various discount types based upon the vendor. Let us say one vendor may be using discount percentage based, one vendor may be using discount fixed, one vendor may be using discount quantity. Okay, so but your formula schema should include all these discount condition types, so that based upon the vendor usage you can select a relevant discount type. So let me go to the what are the various steps that are available in the pricing. So I will go to SPRO screen, and I will go to the SAP reference implementation guide, then go to the materials management, then go to the purchasing, and you have here a conditions. So within the conditions here you have a defined price determination process. Okay, so within the defined price determination process we have a defined calculation schema. Schema is nothing but a formula which will be used to determine the relevant formula whenever you create a purchase order. So I will go to the defined calculation schema, and I will try to create a schema. I will try to take any one of the schema as a reference. Let us say we will take any one of the schema as a reference, and we will try to create the schema the same way how it is available over here. Okay, so I will go to the one more screen. I will go to SPRO. In the real-time projects, you need to discuss with the client and ask him what are the various conditions that needs to be included in the pricing which you are going to define. Okay, but here I have taken the existing formula or the existing schema. Based upon that, I am trying to create a new schema for us. But in the real-time project, just select as per the requirement from the client and try to create a new schema over here. So I will go to the new entries and I am trying to create a new schema. Let us say I am going to create a schema for the Tata group. Tata GRP. Tata group I will put, and I will give some naming convention over here as domestic schema or import schema for Tata group. Let us say schema for the Tata group. For Tata group, any naming convention you can give. So I will select this particular schema. I will go to the control data. So here I will enter new entries over here. Okay, so I will go to the new entries, then it will be open for the new schema creation, right? Okay, so here, so what is step? Step is nothing but a serial number of the element in the pricing. What is my first condition in the pricing? It is a gross price condition, right? So I will enter a serial number 1 or serial number 10 for the gross price condition. But within the gross price, we have two condition types, which are PB00 and PBXX. So within the same serial number, I want to include both the gross price conditions. How I will include? So I will put a serial number 1 over here, and I also put a serial number. Step is nothing but a serial number. So within the same serial number, I will include a PB00 as a automatic condition gross price and PBXX as a automatic condition manual. But how I will differentiate both the condition types in the same step? It is with the help of the counter. So counter 1 within the same serial number is PB00 and counter number 2 within the same serial number is PBXX. So I just enter over here. So then from and to we will see later. And what is manual? Manual also we will see later. Required we will see later. Statistical we will see later. And this is from step. It is from step. It is a from step and to step and manual. Okay, so then this is nothing but a print. Means if I want to take a purchase order printout, within the purchase order printout, I want to populate a PB00 or PBXX values, then I need to select this particular condition is relevant for the printout. So I will select X over here. And what is a subtotal? Subtotal is nothing but a backend table where your PP00 value is getting populated. When you are trying to create a purchase order, within the purchase order, if this particular schema is getting populated, then the values that you maintain for the PP00 or PBXX will be stored in the backend table that is known as a KOMP BRTW or gross value. Normally for PP00 and PBXX, you are going to select a subtotal as 9. That means this is one of the structure KOMP and BRTWR. Okay, so if you maintain a condition type value as 1000 rupees, that particular 1000 rupees will be stored in the structure KOMP BRTWR field in the on the fly when a program is trying to execute. So which is nothing but a subtotal. Okay, so I will go to the KOMP, I will go to SC11. KOMP is the structure, and I will go to the BRTWRs, right? So this is the KOMP. Within the KOMP, this is the communication structure for some item pricing. Within this, there is a BRTWR, right? BRGEW, yeah. So this is the field where your gross price is going to be stored when you are trying to create a purchase order. That value is relevant for the PP00. Okay, so you just keep it in your mind when you are selecting a subtotal for the PB00 or PBXX, you need to select a subtotal as 9 over here. Okay, so I will select 9 over here. And the requirement routine. So the requirement routine is nothing but if you are, let us say what happened when we tested during the previous session. If I maintain a info record or gross price for the material, and if I maintain a info record master data or the conditions master data, the PB00 value was automatically populated into the PO by reading the info record and condition records. But I don't want to populate a PB00 value by reading a condition record or info record. Instead, I want to calculate a PB00 and PBXX value in a different manner by writing a logic. I will write a logic to calculate a PB00 value with the help of the technical team. So in such cases, you need to select how you are going to write the logic. What is the basis to write a logic? So the basis may be any one of these parameters. You can write a basis. You can write a logic based upon any one of the parameters that are specified over here. Is known as a requirement routine. Okay, so I will select a requirement routine that is relevant to calculate a PB00 value, based upon which I can write a coding with the help of the technical team. So I will select a requirement routine as 2. If I want to calculate PP00 value, apart from the info record or condition record, I need to take the help of the technical team, and I can write a coding based upon the one of the parameter. Let us say I want to write the coding based upon the parameter number 2, that is item pricing. Okay. Then what is a calculation type? So calculation type also like requirement routine only. You want to calculate a PP00 value apart from the info records and condition records, like how you have written a code with the help of the requirement routine. The same way you can also calculate PP00 with the help of the alternative calculation type. Alternative calculation type can be a profit margin. Means whatever may be the profit margin is there, based upon the profit margin, I want to calculate a PB00 for that particular material. So this way also I can populate a PB00 value apart from the info record or condition records. What is a alternative condition formula for basis? So this is also like your requirement routine or calculation type. You want to calculate a PB00 based upon, let us say I want to calculate a PB00 value based upon some logic which is relevant to the gross weight. So I can select a gross weight as one of the parameter based upon which I will be able to determine the PB00 value. Okay, but for a particular condition record, there will be a requirement routine or calculation type or base system. Not all will be there. So I will be removing these things. I will keep only either a requirement routine, either a calculation type, or either a basis alternative condition based value. Accrual key and accruals. So these things will be used normally in case of the freight condition records. If you want to capture the freight condition value at the finance side, apart against a specific GL account, so you will select the relevant accrual keys or account keys. Like accrual keys or account keys are there over here. Like you have a FR1, FR2, FR3, FR4. So any one of the accrual key you need to select, and you need to assign this particular accrual key to the relevant transaction event key, and that particular transaction event key you can assign it to your relevant GL account. Okay, for now just keep it in your mind. Accrual key and account key will be used in case of the freight conditions, not for all. So these are not freight conditions, so that is the reason I am keeping these things as blank. Okay, so then what is a next conditions that needs to be included in the pricing? The next conditions are a discount conditions, right? So these discount conditions, there will be 6 discount conditions, I think, if in the normal R00, 00, 002, 003, KR00, and you have R003. So these are the 6 conditions we have, which are a discount conditions. All these discount conditions I need to include under a same step, but differentiating with a different counters. Okay, so what is the step number 2? So the step number 2 is the discount conditions, right? 2 and 2 and 2. We have 6 discount condition types. Those are R000, counter 1, counter 2, counter 3, and counter 4, R00, and R001, R002, and R003, KR00, and K000. These are also a discount conditions. Okay, so I will go down. And step number 2 and 5, KR00, and 2 and 6, K000. Okay, so these are the 6 discount condition types. I'm including all these 6 condition types under the same step, but differentiating with the different counters. So I will just click on enter button. So now you see. So R000 is a discount percentage on gross. When I say discount percentage on gross, so I am going to calculate a R000 based upon a gross price condition, right? So I am taking gross price as a gross price value as a reference, and based upon gross price value, I am going to calculate a discount percentage. Means, let us say my gross price is 1 lakh. When I say discount percentage and the percentage of the discount is 10% on gross, what is the percentage of the discount? It is based upon the gross price condition multiplied by 10% by 100, right? So it is a 10,000 rupees. So I am taking a step number 1 as a reference, which is nothing but a gross price condition. So I am going to from step is 2, from step is 1, and 2 step is 1, means I am taking a step number 1 as a basis to calculate discount percentage on gross. Step number 1 is nothing but a discount gross price, right? So I am taking gross price as a reference and I am trying to calculate a discount percentage on gross. So that is the reason I need to put from step is 1 and 2 step also 1. From step and 2 step is nothing but a from step and 2 step is 1 only. That means I am taking a gross price as a reference to calculate the discount percentage on gross. That is the meaning. Any doubts over here? Any doubt over here? I said discount percentage on gross. Then gross value is available under step number 1, right? So I am taking step number 1 as a reference and trying to calculate a discount percentage on step number 1, which is nothing but a gross price. Okay, so then what is a manual? So manual is nothing but, let us say I put R001, R002, or KR00. So I put R001 and R001 and R002 as a manual conditions. That means these conditions will not automatically populated in the purchase order pricing. Instead, these conditions will be needs to be entered manually in the purchase order whenever you are going to create a purchase order. We will see what is a manual. Then required is nothing but without having this, it is a mandatory condition. Without having this particular condition in the pricing of the purchase order, I will not be able to save a purchase order. Why? Because it is a manual, it is a must and should condition. It is a required. When I say required, it is a without, you will not be able to save a purchase order without having this particular condition. So what is statistical? Statistical we will see later. So I will be printing these things as well. I will also printing these things as well. I'm also trying to print these things. Okay, so then what is a step number 3? Step number 3 is nothing but a net value including a discount. So step number 3 is a net value including discount, right? Net value including gross price and discount. So what is the net value including discount and gross price and discount? It will be step number 1 to step number 2. My step number 1 is the gross price, that is, let us say 1 lakh, and step number 2 is discount, that is 10,000. Then what is the net value including gross price and discount? It will be 90,000. So that means this is the step number 1 and step number 2. So I am going to calculate a net value including the values of the step number 1 and step number 2. Okay, so that is nothing but a 1 to 2. I am going to calculate a net value including discount based upon the step number 1, which is nothing but a gross price, and deducting the discount from it. So which is nothing but a step number 2. So I will be selecting as a print over here. The same way here also it is being defined over here, right? So then what is there over here? So then they are mentioned a non-deductible tax, they specified over here. So what is a non-deductible tax step? That is 4. It has only one condition type. There is no multiple condition types. What is a non-deductible tax? That is NAVS. So within the step, I have only one value. So if it is only one value, I need not to enter counter over here. So non-deductible tax. Okay, so non-deductible tax is also I am going to print it over here. Then what is the step number 5? So the step number 5 is nothing but a net value including discount plus net value including discount plus tax. So net value including discount is a value that is coming from step number 3 and tax is a step number 4. So step number 3 and the step number 4, I am going to sum it off and do a step number 5, that is net value including tax plus discount. So I am also trying to print this. So this is what we did it, right? So I said net value including tax. When I said net value including tax, it is nothing but see, I said net value including discount plus freight and GST, right? So this is the total and this and this. So whatever may be the formula I defined in the Excel sheet, the same formula I am going to define it over here as well. Then what is a step number 6? So within the step number 6, we have in the step number 6 we have these are the some of the, since it is a import procurement, he is doing a import procurement. So in the import procurement, there are some basic customs related conditions. So those customs related conditions are the custom delivery conditions. I need to add it over here. What is that one? JCDB. So step number 6 is JCDB and step number 7 is JCDS. And step number 8 is JCV1. And step number 9, within the step number 9, we have 3 freight conditions, right? When we discussed it, there are 3 freight conditions, FR, A1, B1, C1. So these are 3 freight conditions. I am going to specify step number 1, step number 2, and step number 3. Okay, so FR, A1 and FR, B1 and step number 9 and counter number 3. So these are the FRC1. Okay, so these are the 3 freight conditions which I have included in the same step by differentiating with counter. Apart from that, we have a basic customs. So these 6 conditions are delivery conditions or the freight conditions. When the freight condition, so when I say here also we have a freight percentage based, means I am going to take gross price, that is nothing but a step number 1 to calculate a freight percentage, and I will select a print over here. Okay, so then we discussed for the delivery conditions or the tax conditions, we need to select the account key and the accrual key. So what is the accrual key? Account key, I will select FR1 and approval key I will select FR1. Same thing I can select. So for all these things I will be selecting FR1. So with this we were able to enter the delivery conditions or the freight conditions. Okay, so let me now go down. Okay, so what is the next step? That is step number 10, which is nothing but a condition type SKTO. So I'm going to select SKTO, and when I select SKTO is nothing but a statistical condition. So when it is statistical, for the condition which is a statistical in nature, I just need to select a statistical checkbox active. Okay, so this is I will select X over here. What is a statistical condition? We discussed the statistical is nothing but, let us say if I mention a condition is a statistical by activating a statistical checkbox over here, that means I am not going to calculate, I am not going to take that particular condition value into a total calculation of my pricing. Say including this 18, it is 1,54,000, right? But if I mention this is a statistical, that means I will exclude this value in the total value calculation. If I exclude this value, then it will be only 1,36,000. Why? Because it is mentioned in the pricing as a statistical. That means if any one of the condition in the pricing mentioned as a statistical, that means I am not going to consider the value of that particular condition in the net pricing of the order. So that is nothing but a statistical. So normally we have a SAP standard conditions like SKTO and MWST. So these are some of the statistical conditions. Okay, so I just selected the statistical condition. Then what is the actual value? So that is step number 11. So the actual value is actual value or net value including discount plus including tax plus including freight. It will be a total of net value including tax. How much it will be? Net value including tax is 5, step number 5 to step number 10 is the step number 5 to step number 9 is the net value including tax, discount and other freight. So I want to print this. Then what is the step number 12? So step number 12 is nothing but again we have one more statistical condition which is nothing but that is GRWR. So GRWR is a statistical condition. I am going to calculate the statistical condition value based upon net value including discount step. So what is the net value including discount in our case? So net value including discount in our case is step number 3, right? So I am going to take step number 3 as a basis to calculate a statistical value, but it is a statistical means it will not impact on the total value of your pricing. So this is the way you need to define a formula. So I just defined a formula by taking any one of the reference and I try to create over here. Okay, so this is the way you need to define a formula, but we have taken some conditions. Based upon the 15 condition types we were able to define a formula, but in the real-time projects we need to define the formula by having the conditions that are included and provided by the client. So I will save this. So pricing schema for Tata Group. So what is the pricing schema that I have created? I have created Tata GP. So I will select, I will try to, I wrote it down over here. Tata GP is the pricing schema. So let me save this particular schema. I just saved it. I will come out of it. Okay, so now what next? So the next is, any doubts over here in the schema? It is nothing but whatever may be the schema I defined over here, same thing I also configured in the SAP system. There is no much complication over here. Any doubts over here? Hello? Can you hear me?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, so try to practice it and let me know if you are facing any issues. Okay, so now let me go to the define schema group. I created a schema or formula, but how this will be pulled into a purchase order? What settings we need to do it so that this particular schema will be pulled into a purchase order? So which is nothing but we need to create a schema group for the vendors. So I will try to create a schema group for, let us say, L1. L1 is the schema group for the vendors. So I just created L1 as a schema group for the vendors. For vendors. L1 is the schema group which we have created. I will also create a schema group for the purchase organizations. Where is that? I will go to the schema groups for the purchase organizations. So I will try to create a Z002 schema group for the purchase organizations. So Z002. Then I will go back. Assignment of schema group to purchase organizations. So there are, I have a purchase organization created IN47. For that particular purchase organization, I am going to assign the schema group which I have created. What is the schema group I have created? That is Z002, right? For the purchase organizations. I will assign this particular schema groups to the relevant purchase organization. I assign this. Now, for a particular schema group of the vendor, how I will define the schema? So define schema determination. Define schema determination is nothing but I created a purchase order. Within the purchase order, how this particular schema should be pulled, which is nothing but define schema determination. I will go to the define calculation schema for standard purchase orders. I will go to the new entries. What is the schema group for the purchase organization? That is Z002. And a schema group for the vendors, that is L1. And I will assign the relevant schema that I have created, that is Tata GP. Okay, so let me save this. Okay, so with this we were able to complete a configuration related to the pricing. Now I will try to create a vendor. Let me try to create a vendor, and within the vendor master data I need to assign a schema group for the vendor as L1. So let me try to create a vendor. I will go to XK01 The company code is IN47, purchase organization is IN47, schema group is 0001. Let me try to create a vendor LG Electronics Limited. So here you say there is under purchasing organization data tab, there is something known as a schema group of the vendor. So in the schema group of the vendor, we just need to select a relevant vendor schema that we created. We created L1, right? So I need to select a schema group of the vendor as L1 over here. Then I will go to these settings and I will try to save it. So the vendor 8023 is now created, right? So 8023 is the vendor. This vendor which I have created is assigned with a schema group of the vendor L1. Also, the purchase organization I have created IN47 is assigned with a schema group of the purchase organization Z002, and this vendor is assigned with the schema group of the vendor L1, and this L1 and Z002 is assigned to a schema data group. So L1 and Z002 assigned with schema group data group. Okay, so means if I create a purchase order with this vendor which has a schema group L1, and if that particular purchase order is created for the purchase organization IN47 which has a schema group of the purchase organization Z02, then for L1 and Z02 whatever may be the schema that is assigned will be populated. So that is the meaning. Okay, so now what I will do, I will try to create a purchase order for the vendor as 8023, and for the purchase organization IN47 we will see this particular schema is populated or not. I will go to the ME21 in transaction code. I will try to create a purchase order for the 8023 vendor, and the purchase organization IN47, company code IN47, the material is X890, PO quantities 1 I will put. So I will select a plant as IN47 and the storage location is 0001. So I think I will select IN48 plant. There is some issue with this plant, it seems. See, I tried to create a PO, so it has taken a gross price condition PBXX. Why? Because for this particular material there is no info record maintained. So I need to enter the price manually over here. Let me enter the price as 10,000 rupees. Okay, so it has taken a gross price condition that is PB00. Where is our pricing? That is Tata GP, right? So I will select, I will go to the control data. So it has taken a PPXX as a gross price condition. Why? Because we don't maintain the info record or condition records for the condition type gross price. That is the reason my system populated a gross price as a PBXX.
Then we said R00 is a required condition and it is a manual as well. So R00 is not populated over here. That means I need to enter whatever may be the manual conditions R00001002 manually. How I will enter? I will go down and I will enter R00 and R001 and R002. So this is the manual entry of these conditions. So I entered R00 and R001 manually over here and R002. So let us say this particular vendor is relevant for the gross price discount on percentage based on gross price. If I put a discount percentage on gross is 10%, that is nothing but what is the 10% upon 10,000? It is 1,000 rupees, which is a negative, right? So this 10,000 plus discount of minus 1,000, it will be 9,000. So 9,000 is the net value, including discount. So the system has calculated a net value of 9,000 rupees, including discount. So my including net value, including discount will be 10,000 minus 1,000, it will be a 9,000 rupees. Okay, so then what else we have? We have a non-deductible tax, right? So NAVS. So I will also enter NAVS over here. No, I think this will be determined based upon the condition record. I think we need to maintain a condition record for this. How you will maintain the condition record? You just go to the MEK1 and NAVS. I will go to key combination. So I will go to the taxes material. So destination country India I will put. And what is the tax category? So taxable under GST I will select. The amount I will put it as 1,000 or 100 INR I will. We need to put a relevant tax code over here. Tax GST rates. So I will select, let us say I will select I0. Let me save it. Okay, so you need to maintain a condition record. So based upon the condition record, this value will be populated. Okay, so I think I will enter NAVS, but somehow the condition record is not determining. Okay, just leave it. Okay, so then what else we have? We have a basic customs. These are some of the JCDB, these things, right? Let us see JCDB. So I will enter JCDB as well. I will also enter JCDS, JCB1, and FRA1, B1, C1. So these things should come automatically, but somehow these are not populated over there automatically. Maybe we are missing some settings for these conditions. Okay, so then your cash discount is came automatically. So net value also calculated. Okay, let us say freight percentage. I will put freight percentage as 10%. That means 1000 rupees. So you are including discount. Let us say your gross price is 10,000 rupees, and you included 1,000 rupees as a discount. Then 9,000 it became. Then including freight is again 1,000 rupees. So 9,000 plus 1,000, it will become a 10,000 rupees is the total price of your material. Cash discount is 3%, nothing but it is 300 rupees, but it is not taken into the consideration of the total net value. Why? Because it is a statistical condition. So this is the way you need to define a pricing and make it relevant for your purchase order. So I will not try to save it. I will now try to save it. So I just saved it. Okay, so the PO number 4500022641 is now created. Double 2641. Okay, so let me now go to the ME23N to display a PO. Okay, print output is not there over here, right? Okay, let me go to the another system. We will see. So I will go to ME23N. If I try to take a printout of the PO, so here you see. Okay, so the value and all those things are populating over here, right? So since you maintained a print, whatever may be the conditions for which you specified as a print relevant, so all those conditions will be displayed over here. But it requires some program to be developed with the technical team. Okay, so but in this our server we don't have any program developed, so it is not displaying anything over there. Okay, so are you able to get it, or do you have any? This is the way you need to create a pricing and make it relevant for the vendor and the purchase organizations and try to populate it into the PO. So any doubts over here? So you need to do the practice like how I defined a formula over here. You need to write it down the formula in this format in the Excel sheet and try to identify the relevant condition types. Then try to map the schema into the SAP system the same way how I try to do it over here. Okay, so any doubts over here? Are you able to follow or not? So when you are practicing, just take any one of the existing pricing. Okay, so just take any one of the existing pricing and try to, let us say I have taken one of the existing pricing, right? So you also just try to take any one of the existing pricing and try to create as it is, how it is available, one or twice, so that the third time you will be able to do it on your own. If you want to find it out, what is the relevancy for each and every step? This is step counter condition type, right? If you wanted to see what is the descriptions of each and everything, you just go to Google. So there is one very good document. You go through that particular document so that you will get some understanding upon it. So just go to the Google and put 16 columns in a pricing procedure in SAP. So you see 16 fields in pricing procedure and description, right? So here they have given a very good document but this particular document is relevant for the sales and distribution module, but anyhow it is also same way in SAP materials management as well. You will see, you will come to know the understanding of each and every column that is available in the pricing: account key, accrual key, alternative condition based value, alternative calculation type, etc. Okay, so any doubts? Are you able to follow? Why nobody is responding? At least tell whether you are understanding or not understanding.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
I
sir.
will let him know after the fact.
Pardon me?
I will let you know after the practice if there is
Yes,
any.
yes. Yeah, try to practice it and let me know. It requires a lot of practice. I don't say that you will be able to do it in one go, but try to practice it by looking into the already existing formula. Take any one of the existing formula and try to create. Okay, and let me know if you have any issues in tomorrow's class.
Okay.
Okay, okay, then good. Thanks for joining the call. Thank you. Bye bye. I'm going to close the session. If you have any queries, please let me know in tomorrow's session. Thank you.